Okay, sorry about that. I cannot play or practice the guitar without wearing a bucket hat. Now you might be thinking, how is a physical therapist going to help me learn a new skill? You would actually be surprised at things a physical therapist can help you with outside of an injury. But if you put it simply, part of a physical therapist's job and a good personal trainer's job is neural integration. Essentially meaning that we are teaching you a movement sequence to reintegrate into your muscle group to help the muscle fire appropriately when needed. When you learn a new skill, outside of the physiological resilience that you need to build, in my case, building calluses to be able to play the guitar, the rest of it is all about neuroplasticity, essentially remapping your brain to get you to learn the new skill. So remapping your brain to adapt to a new skill is not particular to the guitar at all. I just started learning how to play the guitar, so I figured I'll use it as an example. But the lessons that I am going to talk about to help remap your brain, learn a new skill can be applicable to anything new that you're trying to learn. Really, there are three things to consider and to do while learning a new skill to help you learn the new skill. So the first thing to learning a new skill is not something that you have to do, but it's actually something that you have to be. And that is being motivated. How motivated are you to learn that new skill? Being motivated to learn a new skill can actually be very helpful for your brain because you get excited when you're about to learn that new skill. When you get excited about learning a new skill, your brain will release norepinephrine and dopamine. This is absolutely essential for the short-term and long-term remapping of your brain to adapt to that new skill. Outside of being excited and motivated about learning the new skill, the second thing, of course, is to practice and be successful most of the time while practicing. Do you ever wonder why people tell you to practice slow? That is because practicing slow allows you to be successful most of the time but fail sometimes. Instead of telling you to practice slow, I will tell you to practice at a rate that allows you to be successful most of the time but fail sometimes. If you keep this in mind, you will always practice at an appropriate rate that challenges your brain to adapt to the activity. Practicing at the appropriate rate is important because it allows your brain to go through short-term changes, and it will go through that short-term changes within minutes to hours of that practice session. And what is happening here is that your brain will essentially upregulate proteins to help it fire a bit more efficiently as you practice. And that might be why you may feel like you're getting a little bit better during a session. I think that's pretty cool, isn't it? And I don't know about you, but I think our body is pretty remarkable for being able to do this. The third thing that you have to do to learn a new skill is to practice frequently. Now, this is nothing new, and it's likely that you already know this. But what you may not know is that when you are practicing frequently, your brain starts to go through gene expression. When your brain starts to go through gene expressions, this is where it gets really fun because your brain cells starts to grow all these extra branches to communicate with each other a little bit more efficiently. And this is where long-term changes happen. This is where you learn things for the long term. This is where you attain skills for the long term and you don't seem to lose that skill because your brain has developed a pathway to develop that. And that only happens when you practice frequently. And these long-term changes can happen in as little as 10 days. Honestly, the body is truly remarkable. All you just need to do is be persistent, practice often, and practice at a rate that allows you to be successful most of the time. And just like that, with these three factors, you would definitely remap your brain to learn a new skill. I do have to say that there's something called negative neuroplasticity. Essentially, this is when you're learning a skill, but you're learning it the wrong way. Your brain is very malleable in the sense that when you're learning a new skill, it will learn anything. So if you're learning things the wrong way, your brain will stick with the wrong method of that skill. And this can be particularly hard to unlearn or to train back. So you want to make sure that you are learning it appropriately. So essentially, no shortcuts. Make sure that you're learning things the right way. Otherwise, it will be hard to undo. Okay, so yeah, happy learning. That'll be it from me. I would definitely appreciate it like if you found this video valuable. And of course, I would appreciate it even more to see you back here as I try to develop an awesome community that cares about their well-being and the human body. All right, I'll see you in a few days. Okay, actually, maybe I'll play you off. Let's see what I have.